This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about subprograms, and there we have discussed about what exactly is a program and how can we implement subprograms in Apex programming. And there we have discussed about procedures and what exactly a procedure, how to prepare a non-parameterized procedure, and how can we write the business logic inside the non-parameterized procedure and how to invoke them. We have discussed in the previous session, and we have discussed about parameterized procedures. So what exactly parameterized procedure, how to pass the input values to the parameters at runtime, and how can we pass the values and how to make the functionality dynamic, we have discussed. Now today we'll see few more practical use cases. How can we perform the operations on the input values supplied at runtime? We'll see practically today. So yesterday we have prepared few procedures which will take some integer type of parameters. Now let me take one more use case, how to pass string type of parameters to that procedure at runtime and how to perform the operations we'll see. And then we'll see the combination of both as well. Now let's see. So let's take a small use case now. Take a small use case. Write an Apex program. Write an Apex program to perform the operations on string values by supplying the input at runtime. I want to supply those values to the procedures at runtime. Then how to supply the value to the procedure at runtime which is of type string, and how can we perform the operations, we'll see practically today. Done? Next. Now let me show you with the practical. So I want to create an Apex class. Inside the Apex class, I want to prepare a procedure. So now I want to prepare multiple procedures. First procedure is used to perform some concatenation. Like I want to pass two string type of values to the procedure at runtime. It will take both the input values. It has to concatenate both. That means it has to append both the values. It has to print the result to me. That is one case. In the second procedure, I want to pass two string values. Okay, I'm passing two string values. Now the procedure has to collect both the values. It has to compare whether both the values are equals or different. There I want to implement the functionality how to compare by using text comparison, how to use binary comparison. Both I would like to show. Next. I would like to take one more procedure. There, I will pass only one string input value. Only one string value I would like to pass as input. Now, my procedure has to collect that input value. It has to count how many characters are available inside that string. Whatever the input value we have supplied, it may be one word, it may be one sentence, one paragraph, one page, anything. Whatever the content we have supplied, in that content, how many characters are available, it has to count, including spaces, including special characters also, everything. Then, how can we do this one? Okay, we'll see practically by preparing three different procedures. One is for concatenation, second one is for to compare, third one is to identify the number of characters exist in the string. Okay, now let me log into my Salesforce R. I'm going to the developer console. I'm preparing an Apex class. I'm giving the class name as string operation helper. I'm preparing a class with the name string operations helper. Now, suppose for example, sometimes upon typing the class name, you might be giving some spelling mistakes also. Then how can be corrected? Once the class has been prepared, here also we can change. Here also we can change, no problem. Whenever we are making the changes, for example, I'm changing this class name as string operations here. After that here, as of now, what is the file name? String operations helper.apxc. Now, whenever we are changing the class name, automatically, upon saving this class, this file name also will be updating automatically by Salesforce. Now, whenever I'm saving this, now the file name also has been updated as string operations.apxc. Okay, now suppose while preparing the class name, if you are making any changes, then no need to worry about that. No need to create one more class with the correct syntax. You can give any name, you can modify at any point of time. I'm changing it to string operations helper. Now, my class name also, file name also has been updated as string operations helper.apx. Now, I'm preparing the method public void concatenate. Public void concatenate. I'm passing two string input values at runtime. String some str1, string some str2. I'm preparing a procedure with the name concatenate, which will collect the two string values. Now, I'm taking this two string values as input. Now, I would like to concatenate both the values. Let's see. System.debug concatenate result is str1 plus I'm giving a space str2. So whatever the two string input values that we have, I'm collecting both the input values. I'm going to be concatenating. I'm concatenating both the values just by giving a space. If you don't want to give any space, just you can able to remove this part as well here. Depends upon your requirement. Next, I'm preparing the procedure. I'm preparing the procedure with the name check equals. I'm passing two string parameters, string str1, string str2. I'm passing two string input values to my procedure at runtime. Now, in this case, I would like to compare whether both the strings are equals or not. Okay, I would like to use both text comparison and binary comparison both. I would like to use both the text comparison and binary comparison. Now tell me how can we compare by using text comparison? Hmm. If
if
str1
else if else
equals to
str
str2, that means in order to use the text comparison, we are using equality operator. Okay, just we are comparing these two values. If the string 1 value is equals to string 2, then I would like to show the message system.debug, both the strings are identical. Else, I want to show the message both the strings are different. This is for text comparison here. So I'm indicating here. This is the text comparison. For my easy identification, I'm writing this keyword here. Okay. Now, so now here, in order to do the text comparison, we are using equality operator. Now tell me how can we do the binary comparison? Dot equals a method. So I would like to check if str1 dot equals of str2. We are using equals method. Now equals method is going to be comparing the two string values by considering the case also. Whether the character is available in uppercase or lowercase, or both it will consider. So based on that, considering the case, it will compare. Now, I'm representing the message. If both are same, I would like to indicate it's a binary comparison. Both the strings are identical. Else, system.debug. Both the strings are different. Okay, both the strings are different. So I'm collecting two string input values, and then these two string input values I would like to compare whether both are equals or not, so that we are using text comparison. Text comparison can be done with the help of equality operator. Binary comparison will be done with the help of equals function. Okay, next, one more procedure here. I want to prepare one more procedure. Public void get a string length. I would like to pass one string value here, str. So only one string I would like to pass. Whatever the string value that I'm supplying at runtime, in that string, how many characters are available, I would like to count. So I would like to check it out here. Number of characters count. I would like to specify str dot, okay, get length. There is a function called as get length function. By using this get length function, now string dot length function. By using this length function, length is a built-in method given by Salesforce as part of string class. Inside the string class, this is a built-in method. So by using this method, we can able to count how many number of characters available inside the string, including spaces, including special characters also. Everything will be included inside that calculation. so that we no need to do the calculation manually here. That is already we are having a built-in method in order to count the number of characters. These are the three methods are available here which I have prepared. We have prepared the first method and the second one and the third method. Three methods we have prepared, okay, in order to do the operations on string input values. Clear? Now, so now tell me, once the class is ready with the required methods, how can we invoke these methods? Object name dot method name. Okay, now, so we have to use this class name. Based on the class name, we have to create the object here. We are creating the object of the class. String operations helper, some s helper equals to new string operations helper. I would like to call the method by using s helper dot okay concatenate. We are passing two input values, like for example, hello, and the second one, welcome. I'm passing two string values as input. So in this case, what will happen? The first string will be passing to that str1, and the second string will be passing to that str2. So it will collect this both the values. This is having the value hello. Now this parameter is holding the value welcome. So now two string values are available here. Now it will collect these values, it will concatenate. It will show the message, okay, concatenate result is hello space welcome. It will show that message over here. Clear? Now. So now in this case here, as of now, how we are calling these methods by creating the object of the class. Now, so now tell me in this case here, I have a small question in this case. We are writing system.debug statement. We are showing some message over here. So now tell me system is what? Class, right. System is a class. This debug is what? It's a method.
Method.
Okay, method. That means which is a procedure which is having a string type of parameter here. How we are calling this one? Class name dot method name. Are we creating any object of the system class? No. That means we are accessing the method by using class name dot method name. We are not creating any object. If I'm not creating the object, memory will not be allocated so that we can save the memory also. We can utilize the memory very, very efficiently. Okay, now, like the similar fashion, we are using math.mod. We are passing the value 24, 5. Math is what? Class. Mod is what? Procedure. Method. Okay, that means how we are calling class name dot method name. We are using date dot new instance. Date is what? Class. New instance is what? Method. Now, and then we are using date time dot new instance. Date time is what? Class. New instance is what? Method. That means what? In these cases, we are calling the methods by using simply class name dot method name without creating any object of the class. Then, can't we call my methods also like the similar fashion? Without creating the object, I want to call them. How? In this case here, when you try to call this class name, okay, method by using because string operations dot concatenate, it will show the message, error message. When you click on execute button, it will show the error message. Now, in that case, if you want to call your methods also without creating the object of the class, because whenever we are creating the object, memory will be reserving for object. So it will occupy some memory. So if you don't want to allocate some memory, if you want to save the memory, if you want to consume less memory upon implementation, then whatever the methods you are going to prepare, define those methods as static. Just we can define the method as static method. Public, static, and the remaining story will be same. Okay, the return type and then procedure name, parameters, everything is common. Just I'm defining the method as static methods. So upon invoking these static methods don't require any object creation. We no need to create any object for these static methods. Directly we can access them with the help of class name dot method name. Okay. Now let's see. Now I would like to call the method. Whenever you want to call the method, string operation helper dot, it will populate all my methods over here. Whatever the method names that you have prepared, those method names are visible in the form of IntelliSense. This feature is called as IntelliSense over here. So the method names will be populating in the form of IntelliSense, including the syntax also. Now it is indicating this check equals a method will require two string type of parameters. It won't return any value. So it is indicating the return type as void. This is part of the class string operations helper class. It is indicating very clearly. So I would like to call these methods one by one. Concatenate. I would like to call the method, for example, hello. Welcome to India. I'm passing this one. So that I would like to invoke this method. Second one, I want to call that method, that is check equals. I'm passing the value welcome. Here I'm passing the value welcome. So both are same, but only one character is different. So now W here in the first string, in the first parameter W is capital, in the second parameter W is small. That's the difference. I'm invoking the method. Okay, get string length. I would like to call this here. I'm indicating welcome to parameterized procedures. Welcome to parameterized procedures. In this entire sentence, how many characters are available? I would like to count. So that here I would like to use that length method. Now, so instead of invoking the methods by creating the object of the class, we can invoke them by using class name dot method name also. That facility is available. So if you want to access the method directly without creating the object, then we should create that method as static method. Static methods doesn't require any object creation. Directly we can access them with the help of class name dot member name. Okay, understood the concept here? Now let me execute this piece of code. Click on execute. See the results. Now it is indicating this. Concatenation result is it is indicating the message, hello, welcome to India. Now we are using this a text comparison, binary comparison. I have given this a two words over here, welcome, welcome. But in the first string W is capital, in the second string W is small. In this case, if I am using text comparison, it is indicating both the strings are identical, both are same. Because that already told you as part of text comparison, simply it will use to compare the two characters, but it won't consider is it uppercase, lowercase, it won't bother about that. Simply it will be comparing two characters. But when you go to that binary comparison, it will collect the ASCII code of that each character. That ASCII code will be converting into binary format. That binary content will be getting converted. It will be comparing that binary content. So in that case, each character will have its own ASCII code. Uppercase letters are having different ASCII codes. Lowercase letters are having different ASCII codes. So those ASCII codes are different. Automatically, their binary content also different. So it will be representing both the strings are different. Okay. Input is same, but both the functionalities are different over here. Next, the number of characters count is 36. So whatever the sentence we have supplied, in that sentence we are having total 36 characters are available here. Clear? Now, this is how we can able to prepare static procedures as part of your Apex programming. Okay, understood the concept now? Now, make a note of this code.
Sir, could you please explain about the static one more?
Static procedures can be accessible without creating the object of the class. We no need to define the object. Directly we can access them just by using class name dot method name. So whatever the class we have given, just you can use class name dot method name we can able to invoke so that we can save the memory. If I'm saving the memory, then we can able to improve the application performance also.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Done with this code? Next. So let's take one more small use case. And now this time, my requirement is you want to create a procedure. I want to create a procedure which is used to create a new hiring manager record inside my object. So as of now, already we know how to create the hiring manager records. Already we did that. That means what we did, we are able to create the hiring manager records by passing the value with the help of hard-coded functionality. Like for example, in the previous sessions, we have discussed about creating our own records in the form of hard-coded methods. Like, let me open that file. Now, so now this is the hiring manager record we are inserting. Upon inserting the hiring manager record, we are writing this piece of code. Here we have created the object of the class. We are passing the hiring manager name, location, designation, email ID, contact number, CTC, employment type. How many values we are passing over here? Totally 7 values. All the 7 values are same data type? No. Then what are the data types of these values? Name is of type what? String. Location string. And the designation string. Email ID string. Phone string. Currency, that means current CTC decimal. And the employment type string. That means out of this 7, 6 will be of type string, 1 will be of type decimal. So total 7 values we need to pass. So we have to define a procedure with these 7 parameters. Out of these 7 parameters, 6 will be of type string, 1 will be of type decimal. So instead of hard coding these values by our own, because if I'm writing the code like this, if I'm executing this code 100 times, then 100 hiring manager records will be created. But for all the 100 records, name will be same, location also same, designation same, email ID, contact number, everything is same. But I don't want to make it same. I don't want to create duplicate records. I want to create unique records. I want to pass these values at runtime. So in that case, if you want to pass the values for these parameters or the fields at runtime, then we have to create a parameterized procedure with the required input parameters here. So upon creating the records, I would like to pass this second 7 values. Out of these 7, 6 will be of type string, 1 will be of type decimal. So I want to prepare a procedure which is 7 input parameters. Then how can we create the record? Now let me show you with practical. Now that is my requirement right now. Let's see how can we do that. Take a use case. Write an Apex program to insert. Write an Apex program to insert a hiring manager record inside the object by passing the field values at runtime. By passing the field values at runtime. Done with this? Now, so let me prepare a class. Let me prepare the method. I'm preparing a class, hiring manager, helper. I'm creating a class with the name hiring manager helper. I want to prepare a new method. Okay, I want to prepare a new method. Public static void create HR record. Public static void create HR record. Now tell me how many parameters we need to supply now? 7 parameters. All the 7 will be of type string? No. 6 will be string, 1 will be decimal. Okay, now I'm passing that. String HR name. I'm giving the parameter names. Simply we can give string X, comma, string Y, like that we can provide. But don't give those kind of single character names. Please give some meaningful names. Now, string HR city, string HR title, string HR email, string HR phone, string HR type. How many parameters we have passed? 6. 6 will be of type, okay, string type. Decimal, decimal HR salary. Okay, these are the total 7 parameters I'm passing over here. Okay, now upon giving the parameter names, please give the meaningful names so that we can understand this parameter contains what, whether it contains a name value or email ID or location or designation or what, we can understand very easily. So that here we are going to be preparing this total 7 parameters. 6 parameters will be of type string, 1 parameter will be of type decimal. Now tell me, in this case, upon creating a new hiring manager record, what fields are mandatory? What are all the fields are mandatory here? In hiring manager record, upon creating the record, we have few fields are mandatory. Name is a mandatory field, contact number is a mandatory, email ID is mandatory. So these 3 fields should have some value. Remaining fields may be empty also, no problem. Now I would like to check. Whenever we are going to be collecting this value, I would like to check whether this name is mandatory or not. That means whether this parameter is having value or not. If you are passing null, I don't want to accept that. Now, after that, phone number should be mandatory. Email should be mandatory. So I would like to check this value should not be null. Now, so I'm checking the condition. If HR name not equals to null and HR email not equals to null and HR phone not equals to null. That means what? If these values are not null, it is having some values, then only I would like to write the piece of code to create the record. Because all these 3 values are compulsorily we have to supply. If you are not passing the value for any one of this field, my HR record should not be created. So that here we are checking this condition whether these 3 fields are having the 3 parameters are having the values or not. If these are not null, if these are having some values, then I would like to go ahead to write the piece of code in order to insert a new hiring manager record. Now here we can write the piece of code. Rest of the story will be same. Hiring manager underscore underscore C, some HR record equals to new hiring manager underscore underscore C. I'm creating the object of this class. Now I would like to pass the values for each and every field. Now HR record dot name. So now this name value is available where? Hiring manager name value we are passing to which parameter? HR name parameter. Just you can able to assign it directly here. Okay, there is a HR name parameter which is holding the name of the HR person. So just we can able to assign HR name. HR record dot designation. This is available where? HR title. HR record dot email address. This value is available in which parameter? HR email. HR record dot contact number. The value is available in HR4. HR record dot I would like to specify the employment type. HR type. HR record dot location. That value is available where? HR city. HR record dot current CTC. That is available in HR salary. That's it. That means what? Whatever the parameter values we have, these values we are passing to the respective fields over here. I'm passing these parameter values to these respective fields automatically. So now once it is done, then I would like to insert the HR record. Insert HR record. That means instead of hard coding the values, we are passing the values at runtime. If HR record dot ID not equals to null, I would like to show the message system dot debug hiring manager record inserted successfully. Record ID is HR record dot ID. Okay, understood the concept here? So previously we are able to hard code the values, but now we are passing the values dynamically at runtime. For these parameters, what values you are going to supply, we don't know. Dynamically at runtime, we are passing the values. Whatever the values we have supplied to the parameters, those values are going to be placing inside my fields automatically over here. So that here, that's what I'm giving the meaningful names. So that's what I'm giving the parameter names are HR name, HR city, HR title, like that. So by looking into the parameter name itself, you can understand what field value you are holding inside this. That's what I'm giving this kind of meaningful names. Or else simply we can give A, comma, B, C, D, like that you can provide. But we don't know in A what value is there, in C what value is there, we can't understand. So that please give the meaningful names for your parameters also. Okay, understand the concept here? Now let's see. Like the similar way we can able to write the code for other objects also.
గుర్తే కదా
If you
ఏం
want to
నువ్వేం
create that
అడిగావో అదే
account
ఇక్కడ
record, if you want to create an account record, then we have to pass the values for those fields also over here, similar fashion. Clear? Next, let me invoke this method. I'm invoking the method hiring manager helper dot. I'm going to be calling this method, okay, create HR record. Here we need to pass the values here. These are the parameters. So this is the order. This is the order we have to supply. If you're changing the order, syntax will be wrong. Okay, please remember that. Now, HR name, I'm passing the value. I'm giving the name as, for example, now, Sai Prasad. HR city, I'm giving some value, some Kochi. HR title, okay, he is a HR manager. Email ID, I'm giving the value sai at the rate some gmail.com. HR phone, I'm passing the value. And the HR type, he is a permanent employee. And the HR salary, I'm passing the value some 20 lakhs. These are the parameter values over here. So I'm passing these values. Whenever I'm passing these values to this particular method, then what it will do, automatically it will capture these values. Now the first value will be passing to name, second value will pass to city, third one will be title, fourth one will be email, fifth one will be phone, sixth one will be type. It will pass a value for all. Then it is going to be collecting these values. It is passing these values to my respective parameters over here. Okay, it will pass the values to my fields automatically to create the record. Understood the concept here? Now. Now click on execute button. Now select the debug only checkbox. Now we can see the result. Hiring manager record inserted successfully. This is a record ID. So the HR record has been created successfully. This is the ID has been generated by Salesforce for my hiring manager record here. Clear? Now let's see. Let me go back to my object here. Let me verify. I want to search for the records based on the name. I have given the name as some Sai Prasad. Let's see. The record is available. We can see the recorded data. This is the name of the person which we have supplied, location also, employment type, designation, contact number, email ID, current CTC, and then we have supplied the values. Whatever the values we have supplied, with these values, a new record has been created inside my object. Okay, understand the concept here? Now, make a note of this code.
Excuse me, Firoz, I have one question.
Yes.
Mm, Here, in HR record, we pass all the fields, right? Like
Right.
HR name, city,
Right.
title, all, right?
Mhm.
So, if we pass only the mandatory fields, remaining all fields will get
Null, null,
updated?
null, null.
Okay,
Upon creating this hiring manager record, if I'm passing the values for only for name field and the email and the phone, that means mandatory. So
yeah,
now
yeah.
suppose for example, I'm passing this name, I'm not passing designation, I'm
Hmm.
passing that I don't want to pass this employment type and the location and the CTC. If I'm
Okay,
not passing these values, my record will be created, but the remaining field values will be making it as empty here. That's it, simple.
okay.
Okay.
As you said
Now,
before, if we pass mandatory fields, mandatory or required fields, remaining all fields will get updated, right? Before
right.
that is
Those will be
parameter.
updated as null, right? But parameter wise, we can pass a value null. Like if you are passing these values, simply we can specify. Upon
Okay,
inserting the record, we can able to specify the name value over here. Location, I'm not passing it. Simply we can pass null. And then
okay,
designation, I'm passing it as null. But compulsorily for every parameter, we have to pass a value. If you want to
okay,
pass a specific value, make it as pass the value, or else we have to pass the value null.
okay. Why? Because means these are parameterized.
Right.
Oh, that's why
Procedures.
procedures, right? So we have to.
Right.
Okay, okay. And I have one more question, Feroz. Uh,
Yes.
previous use case, we it's string operations helper class, right?
Mhm,
In that
mhm.
we use concatenate, check equals, 2 3 methods, right?
Right.
Or
Those are
are
our
those
own methods.
Our own methods or
We have
standard
given.
methods?
No. Those are not standard. We have given the name. See, upon preparing the procedure, this name we have given. So this is our name. So you can give anything,
We can give anything, right? Okay.
any name, any name. Okay, this is
Okay.
our method names.
Okay. Get string length, that is also our name only, right?
Ah, that is
Because
our
we
own
use
name.
the standard
Upon preparing the
standard.
procedure, upon creating the procedure, we have to give our own name. We can't use ready-made names.
Methods, right? Okay.
Right, right.
Okay. Thank you, Firoz.
Yes, madam. Question?
Yes,
చెప్పండి.
Mr. Firoz. Actually, I have a quick question. I have not created the object of hiring manager in my Salesforce org. So, do we get an error when we are trying to develop a new Apex class, even if we are using the static method? Hello, hello, Mr. Firoz. Am I audible?
Yeah, tell me, madam. What is your question?
Yeah. So actually, I have not created the hiring manager object in my
Mhm.
Salesforce org.
Without creating the object, you can't create the records.
We can't create the records.
Right, right. We should have the table first.
First, the
If there
table
is a
first.
table, then only we can create the records in the table. So you have to create the table first, and then you have to create the fields also. These fields you have to create, then only we can write this piece of code. Then instead of that,
Okay.
we have standard objects also, right? Account, contact, opportunity. We can try on those objects also, no issues.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr.
but
Firoz.
better to create
Yeah.
the objects also. Why? Because when
Create
you
the
go to
object.
the real time, in most of the cases, upon building the custom applications, we are using our own custom objects.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mr.
And one
Firoz.
more thing, tomorrow we'll be
Yes,
having the
please tell
session
me.
at 9:30. Okay, tomorrow we'll be having the session at 9:30, not at 7 o'clock. Okay, because I'm having lightning sessions in the morning. Okay, Saturday and Sundays. So tomorrow we'll have that session at 9:30. At 9:30 we'll be having that session that is on email templates. How to create email templates in Salesforce to send the email notifications to the people. Because as part of admin, we are having automation rules concept is pending. Okay, like as lightning flows, the topic is pending. If you want to prepare that lightning flow, we require email templates first. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about the concept of email templates concept here. Okay, now, so regarding that session, for the online people, I will share a separate meeting link. So please use that to join tomorrow. Okay, morning at 9:30, only for tomorrow. That link will be only for tomorrow. From Monday onwards, normal link. We have the classroom session also. Okay, the people who are for classroom, they can come to the classroom as usual.
Firoz, is possible little early for you?
No, basically I have the lightning session, madam, that's what. Okay, because
Okay.
morning 7 to 9 or 9:15 I'm having lighting sessions on weekends. That's what I would
Okay.
like to take up it on now.
Okay. Okay.
9:30 at it. Because
Okay.
if I'm taking on normal weekdays, then these classes we need to stop. That is the problem. So that here
Okay.
we can continue with these classes, and then we can spend some time on weekends.
Okay.
Yeah, Firoz.
Yes.
Is it possible to add column or delete column like that one here in through procedure?
No. Because here data, the structure management, everything should be done through administration. That means object creation, fields creation, mapping the associations, everything should be go through configuration part. This is only for the managing the records. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
We can't add any more columns over here. We can't add any objects also. We can't map any relations through programming. No options at all.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Sir, how to decide when to use static method and when to create a object of class?
Now, generally, whenever if you want to invoke any method from a button control, that means when you click on the button, if you want to call that method, then we can go with that normal method. That means non-static. Okay. Whenever we are going to be using that business logics internally here. Okay. If you want to use some common methods, go with static always. All the common methods, 80% of the business logic we're implementing through static methods only in Apex programming.
Okay. So it's
Okay.
totally depend upon business requirement.
Right, right, right,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hmm. Done with this part? Clear up to this one? This is how we can create the records inside the object through parameterized procedures. Okay, now in the next session, we'll see the concept of functions that will be on Monday. Tomorrow we have the session at 9:30. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss about a feature called as email templates, how to send the email notifications to the people. Upon sending the email notifications, then what subject you want to send, what content you want to send. How to prepare that subject and the content, tomorrow will show you with practical. Okay. Tomorrow's session will be at 9:30, not at 7 o'clock. Okay. I would like to combine two batches. So tomorrow we'll be having the session at 9:30. Okay. Please be available now. Thank you.
Sir?